Hello everyone, we're back after a long hiatus. Here I am in the new studio, and today we'll be checking out the Boss MS-3. Now, I've been personally using the Boss MS-3, and I was one of those guys that used to lug around a really huge pedal board, and eventually I got tired of bringing that around, and then Boss came out with the MS-3, which is a multi-effects switcher. So if you don't know what the product already is, well, it's basically a multi-effects with 3 effects loops that enables you to put your own effects of your choice. Now, to demo the MS-3, I figured I'd bring my own pedal board. Now, the way I'm using the MS-3 here is I'm using it for all the effects like the modulation, delay, reverb, boost, and also the whammy type effect. And into each of the effects loop here, I have an overdrive pedal, which in this case is the Mojo and Effects Rook. And my main distortion pedal here will be the Friedman Dirty Shirley. And in the last slot of the effects loop, I have a MXR6 Band EQ. Now, the signal chain for the board is the guitar going into a Digitech Drop, which then goes into my Empress Buffer, that goes into a wah, into the MS-3, out back into the buffer, and then into the amp. Now, the amp of choice for today is the orange Brent Hinds Terror, which is going into a Yamaha THRC 2x12 cabinet, which is being mic'd up by a Shure SM57 and an Audio Technica 2035. So the way I have the MS-3 set up is I'm only using one bank. And within that one bank, you have 4 presets, in which I try to jam as many effects as I can into each preset, which makes it easier for me since I am one of those guys who came from a large format pedal board, and I was the type of guy where if I wanted to bring out an effect in any song in any particular moment, I'll just turn on the effect. And it would not always be the same. Maybe for a certain part today, I would want a chorus, and another day I would like a phaser or a flanger. So I've essentially set up each preset on the MS-3 to be able to recall any effect I want at any given moment. Now, how did I set it up? Let's check out the board right now. So this over here is preset number 1. It is my clean preset, and what's in the effects chain on this preset is just a little bit of compression and also reverb. Now, if I wanted to turn on a particular effect, I can press the manual button, and as you can see, the 4 preset buttons has changed into 4 different effects. And over here, I can pull out a tremolo, phaser, delay. Now, also in the FS6, I have an overdrive and delay and boost on the upper switch. Now, the unique thing about the MS-3 is if you think it is a hassle to press the manual button and select an effect, what you can do is you can quickly assign a particular effect on the same button of the preset. Meaning, if I'm on preset 1 and I were to press the number 1 button again, it will turn on an effect of my choice. In this case here, you're hearing a chorus effect being turned on. Now on preset number 2 is my overdrive sound. And for the quick access, which is the current number, I have a tremolo set on it. Again, the same thing here. If I wanted to pull out a particular effect, I can press the manual mode and choose an effect of choice. Again, with the FS6, the lower switch is controlling the tap tempo, and the switch above is my solo boost. Now moving on to preset number 3, it is my main rhythm tone. Now with the quick access, you can actually assign more than one parameters on the foot switch. Now I'm the type of guy where I like to turn down the volume knob to get a cleaner tone. So with that, when turning down the volume knob on this preset, I actually have a noise gate. So the noise gate can kind of cut out the sound, the sustain kind of dies. So what I did here was, with the press of the current number, it will turn off one of the pedals. By the way, I'm stacking two pedals here, the Rook and the Shirley. So with that button pressed, I have three things going on. Number one is turning off the Rook, my overdrive pedal. Number two, it is reducing the threshold of the noise gate so it can allow my notes to sustain a bit more longer. And there is a bit of delay to help with the sustain as well. And if I were to crank up the volume knob again, what I'll do is press the same button again. It'll increase the noise gate threshold, and it'll turn on the Rook and also turn off the delay. Again, on the FS6, the lower switch is doing a tap tempo control, and the upper switch has a fuzz on it. on the last preset, it is my main solo sound. So over here, all the three pedals in my loop is engaged, which is the Mojo Effects Rook, the Friedman Shirley, and the MXR EQ. On the quick access is a chorus effect, and on the lower switch of the FS6 this time is a whammy effect. High mix of delay here and a really high mix on the EQ to help me cut through a very dense mix. So there you go, that's the way I set up my Boss MS-3 in order to work in a live situation. I try to stick to one bank and treat the multi-effects as a storm box. So thus you see the way I set up the pedal board in order to allow me to pull out any effects at any time. So if you're wondering how to set up the quick access effect on the MS-3, I'm going to show it to you right now. Now, besides the manual mode, which will require you to step on the manual button and then accessing the effects of choice set here, you can assign an effect to the current number of the preset, turning a particular effect on or off. So for example, I wanted to set a tremolo to turn on and off on this preset itself. What I'd have to do is, I have to go through the edit button. And now my tremolo happens to be mod 1 right there. So now if I wanted to put mod 1 on the current number, all I have to do is go right to the end to control, hit enter, and then you can scroll to current number. And that's where mod 1, which is my tremolo, is assigned to that number. Now on my third preset, in which I have multiple things going on with the current button, you can assign it this way. So if I were to go back into the edit menu, go all the way to the end to control, again you have current number, so you can assign one particular parameter here, and let's just say you want the current number to do more than one thing. All you have to do is scroll over here, go to the assign function, and make sure you have it set current number on the source. So on this one, I have it turning my overdrive pedal off, and I believe I have another assign on the current number as well, which is reducing the noise gate threshold. So there you go, that is how you can quickly assign an effect to be quickly turned on and off with the current number. So there you go, that's how I use the Boss MS-3 live, and hope the video will help you gain a new tip on how to use it, and probably help you consider to shrink down your pedal board and use the Boss effects and your own analog drives of choice. Check out musicbliss.com.my for pricing info, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more content, and see you real soon.